Welcome to Crochet by Night. Tonight we're going to create a top hat out of 2 strands of worsted weight yarn. You're going to need 2 strands of worsted weight yarn, a stitch marker, and a 6mm crochet hook. So the first thing we're going to do is create a slip knot, and then we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to connect our stitch to the very first chain that we created with a slip knot, which gives us, if I can move my tails over, gives us a ring. We're going to insert our hook through the ring, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through 2, creating our first single crochet. Next, we're going to put our hook back through the ring, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. That's our second single crochet. This hat's made with all single crochets. Go ahead and put 4 more single crochets through the center of the ring, which will give you 6 single crochets total. So there's 3, 4, 5, and 6. We will not be ending our rows with a slip stitch like we do in so many patterns. Instead, we're going to crochet in the round. I'm going to pull my tail tight there. We're going to insert, that was row 1. For row 2, we're going to insert our hook under the top loops of the first 2, under the 2 loops of the first single crochet, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. We're going to then go back in that same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, putting 2 single crochets in the same stitch. That's an increase stitch. We're going to do that all the way around. Right now we have 6 stitches on row 1. On row 2, we're going to have 12 single crochets. So go to the next stitch, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Insert your hook back through the same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. So now we have 4. We're going to insert into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Insert your hook back to the same stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Do that all the way around, which will give you 12 stitches, and I will meet you back here in just a moment. So for the next row, we're going to have a pattern repeat of 1 single crochet and then 2 single crochets for an increase, which will take us all the way around and give us 18 stitches. But we're going to use the stitch marker on this round. So we're going to insert our hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. That's your first stitch. And then I'm going to put my stitch marker in that first stitch so I know where my beginning was. Some people do this different. They put it at the end, they put it further down, but I just put it in the very beginning stitch. So that was the first one. So then I'm going to do, in the next stitch, 2 single crochets, and then a single crochet, and then 2 single crochets, and then a single crochet, and then 2 single crochets, 1 single crochet, my increase, 2 single crochets, 1 single crochet, and 2 single crochets. And I'm going to stop for just a moment and let's count our stitches. So we know we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's 16. And the last stitch between my stitch marker is we insert our hook and do 2 single crochets, giving us 18 all the way around. So I'm going to remove my stitch marker now. And I'm going to start the pattern repeat for the next row. The pattern repeat for the next row is 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches and then 2 single crochets. So insert my hook and yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2, that's my first single crochet, and I'm going to take my stitch marker and I'm going to mark my stitch so I know that's my beginning stitch. So a single crochet and then a single crochet and then 2 single crochets for an increase. 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets for the increase. 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets for the increase. 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets for the increase. 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets for the increase. 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, whoops, I didn't get that lock good, there we go, and 2 single crochets for the increase. So stop now and you can count your stitches. I'm going to take my stitch marker out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. Perfect. Okay, so for the next pattern repeat, for the next round, it's going to be, I bet you can guess, 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets for the increase. So here we go. 1 single crochet. I'm going to stop and put my stitch marker. This time I'm going to close it up so it doesn't fall out on me. 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, and 2 single crochets for the increase. 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, and 2 single crochets for the increase. This pattern is made with simply with single crochets all the way around. If you will, keep going all the way around until the end of this row, and then we'll do our stitch count. 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, and our increase. 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, and 2 single crochets for the increase. 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets for the increase. 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, and 2 single crochets for the increase. So let's count our stitches. Where the stitch marker is our first. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. So we have 30 stitches. I'm going to remove my stitch marker. And I don't know if I've said this earlier, but please excuse my lack of nail polish, and my nail polish, it's not quite off. I'm hoping by the next video I've had a chance to go get my nails done. With COVID-19, nobody's getting out and about, and so trying to do it myself when I work by day and crochet by night sometimes is not something that I get to do. Okay, for our next round, we're going to do 1 single crochet in the next 4 stitches and then 2 single crochets for the increase. I'm going to get you started, and then I'm going to let you finish that row out, and I'll meet you back at the end. So let's start with 1 single crochet, putting my stitch marker, 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, and 2 single crochets for the increase. Now that you know the pattern, go ahead and go all the way around, and I'll meet you back in just a moment. Okay, so our next row, we have a pattern of 4 single crochets in the next 4 stitches, and then 2 single crochets in the 5th stitch for an increase. So let's do some of that together. It's 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets for an increase in that next stitch. So let's do it one more time. 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets. Okay, you're going to do that pattern, repeat all the way around till you have 36 stitches. I'll meet back with you in just a moment. Okay, so when you make it all the way around, you should have 36 stitches. I'm going to remove my stitch marker, and I'm going to start the next round. The next round is 1 single crochet in the next 5 stitches, then 2 together. So I'm going to do my first single crochet. I'm going to stop and put my stitch marker in. Once you've gotten fairly good at this, then you can see that, okay, so that's my first stitch. You can see that you don't really have to count the stitches as much around, because you should end on an increase every single time, and that will allow you to make sure you've got the right stitches. So we've done 1, so we're going to do 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then you're going to do an increase, which is 2 singles in the same space, in the same stitch. Then you're going to do 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then you're going to do an increase. Just 1, 2, and do 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then again with an increase, which is 2 singles in the same spot, in the same stitch. Sorry, my yarn is starting to tangle up, so I'm going to have to unravel a little bit of it. There we go. And then we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and an increase. So 2 stitches in the same spot. 1, 2, 3, oops, 3, 3 and a half. Let me get those back on my hook. 4, and 5, and an increase. Okay, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're ending, see here, on an increase in that stitch between my first stitch. All right, so ending on an increase. 1 and 2. So let's count our stitches. And you can see it kind of starts curling up. It's hard to tell with this brown on camera, but you can see it kind of starts curling up a little bit. Don't worry about that. That'll work itself out. So starting here, we're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, and 42. And I'm sure you guys know this already, but I don't know if you can see. It's hard on this brown. This brown is not really good for the camera, but there are V's. Let's try to see if I can get it. I just can't get it to where you can see that I'm counting my V's or my stitches. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to do the same thing as we've been doing. We're going to do our first stitch in the next row. We're going to add our stitch marker, but this time we're just going to do one single crochet all the way around with no increases. So just go ahead and start single crocheting and single crochet all the way around the circle till you get back to your first stitch. I really love these top hats. You can embellish them any way you want to. I think I have on the thumbnail, you can see a black one, and I put some just inexpensive Dollar Tree items on it. I'm wanting to do a deep purple one. I may do that next. This one I'm going to put some items on that are like steampunk. And guys, I didn't even know what steampunk was until a few years ago when my sister-in-law, who is such a wonderful young lady, had created some fantastic steampunk hats. And we went to a craft show and she sold them, and she sold those things out real fast. So this brown top hat with the steampunk on it's going to be a nod to her. She is, like I said, a fantastic young lady. I'm very proud of her. I'm proud to call her sister. So she's a great sister-in-law, but I do like to call her sister. So this is going to be a nod to Carmen. So keep going around till you get to the end. Remember, this one we're just doing one single crochet in every stitch around. All the way around. You should have the same number of stitches you had in the previous row. All we're doing is just going all the way around it. Okay, so in the next row, we're going to do another increase. So I'm going to take out my stitch marker. I am going to complete my first single crochet. I'm going to put my stitch marker back in, so I know where my first stitch began. And I am going to repeat row 7 by doing 5 single crochets and then an increase. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and an increase of 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and an increase of 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and an increase by putting 2 in the same spot, and keep going around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2. Do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and again we're ending on an increase, so 2 stitches in that same stitch. All right. Okay, at the end of that row we should have 49 stitches. I'm going to take my stitch marker out and we're going to do the first single crochet of our next row and put my stitch marker back in. And then I'm going to do 6 single crochets. So that was 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then an increase. So 2 single crochets in the next stitch. And then 6 all the way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then an increase. So that's the pattern all the way around. I will meet you back here in just a moment when we're done with that row. So at the end of that row we had 56 stitches. I have already started my next row with 1 single crochet and I put my stitch marker in. You're going to do 1 single crochet all the way around. So you'll be putting 56 single crochets all the way around. And then we get to start the fun parts. The top is almost done. 1 single crochet all the way around. Don't worry about it curling up right now because it will work itself out. Just do 1 single crochet all the way around and I'll meet you back at the end for the next row. Okay, so at the end of that row you still had 56 stitches. And you're going to remove your stitch marker. And now we're going to do a single crochet all the way around, but we're only going to do it in the back loop. So I don't know if you can see that there are 2 loops. Yeah, there we go. There are 2 loops for every stitch. The front loop, which is closest to you, and the back loop, which is further away. You're going to do 1 single crochet around in every back loop. So single crochet in the back loop of that stitch. It would be easier to see with a lighter color yarn, but you can start seeing, let's see if I can hold this up here where you can see it. You can start seeing kind of a I don't know what to call that, but a ring or a lip around where you're crocheting just in the back loop. It leaves your front loop here untouched. So go ahead and crochet 1 single crochet all the way around in the back loops only. Whoops, I missed that one. In the back loops only, and I will meet you back here in just a moment. Once you've made it all the way around with your back loop only row, you're going to then crochet a single crochet in every stitch around, and you're going to do that for 6 rows. What I like to do is put a little tick mark on a paper so that I know how many rows I'm doing, especially if somebody's in the room talking to me or if I'm trying to watch TV at the same time. But just do 6 rows of single crochet all the way around, and I will meet back with you here in just a couple minutes. Okay, once you've got your 6 rows all the way around, which by the way took a little more than a few minutes. I noticed when I said I'll meet you back here in a few minutes, that was quite the exaggeration. So anyway, once you get your 6 rows, it starts looking like this, and you're going to want to see your back loop only row where it shows the front loop here. You're going to want to see that on the outside. You're going to see the center of the top start to cave in, and you're going to start seeing the sides form. So the next row, we're going to, let me get my stitch marker out. We're going to do our first single crochet and put my stitch marker in. And then we're going to do a total of 5 single crochets all the way around. And then instead of increasing like we did earlier, we're going to decrease. And to decrease, you're going to insert your hook in the stitch, yarn over, insert your hook in the next stitch, yarn over. So now you have 3 sets of loops on your hook, and you're going to pull through all of them. So again, it's going to be the pattern repeat. It'll be 5 single crochets. That's 3, 4, and 5. And then you're going to do a single crochet decrease. Do that all the way around. 5 single crochets and then a single crochet decrease. And I'll meet back with you in just a little while. Okay, once you've got your row of 5 single crochets and a decrease, you're going to then do 2 single crochet rows around. So you're going to do 1 set of single crochets all the way around for your next row, and then the row after that, it's going to be 1 more set of single crochets all the way around. So we're going to start, and I'm going to do my first single crochet for this row, and I'm going to put my stitch marker in, and then go all the way around with a row of single crochets, and you're going to do that twice. So I will meet you back here after I have completed 2 rows of single crochet. Once you reach the end of the row, we're going to do another row of single crochets with a decrease. Let me take my stitch marker out. We're going to start, and we're going to do 4 single crochets. See if I can get that up there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to do a decrease. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and a single crochet decrease. So insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, insert your hook into the following stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through all the loops on your hook. Now you might notice that I've changed crochet hooks. It's still the same size. It's still a 6mm. It's just a little shorter. Sometimes when I've been crocheting a lot, I need the longer hook, and sometimes I need the shorter hook. And so I'm just kind of changed it up. So here we go again. We're going to do 4 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a decrease. Whoops, if I can get that hook through there. A decrease. Again, it's 4 single crochets. That's 3, 4, and a decrease. Go ahead and finish all the way around, and I will meet back with you at the end. So at the end of this row, I had 41 stitches all the way around. This pattern is real forgiving. It's great for beginners because if you lose a stitch or you add a stitch here or there, it's pretty easy to go ahead and finish the product, as long as you're measuring at the end on our last few rows to make sure it fits your head. I don't say that about all patterns, but some of the beginner patterns that I have, I do just so that we can get the feel and of doing single crochets and get used to it and still have a great finished product. Alright, so the next thing you're going to do for the next 4 rows, you're just going to do 1 single crochet all the way around. So let's take out our stitch marker and do our first single crochet. I'm going to put my stitch marker back in. I can get it in there. And then I'm going to do, for me it's 41. I'm going to do 41 all the way around 4 times. Once I get that done, I'll meet back with you here. Once you finish the next 4 rows, you'll see that your hat starts having a little narrower shape in the center. Now we're going to do another single crochet row, but this time we're going to increase again, bringing the bottom of it back out. So let me do my first single crochet and put my stitch marker in. I'm going to do 1 single crochet around for the first 5 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then I'm going to do the increase, which is 2 single crochets in one space, and then 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and an increase, 2 single crochets. I'm going to do that pattern all the way around, and then I'll meet you back here in a moment. Okay, when you're done with that row, we're going to do 1 single crochet all the way around for the next 4 rows. So let's just start out and do 1 single crochet all the way around for the next 4 rows. Once you get the next 4 rows done, it'll be time to start on the brim. So go ahead, do 1 single crochet all the way around for 4 rows, and I will meet back with you when I'm finished. Okay, here comes the fun part, or at least it's fun for me. You remember when we did this round that was in the back loop only, that one there? Well, now we're going to do a round of front loop only. So find, if I can get this up here where you can see it, find your 2 loops. See, I'm going to pull them up there so you can see them. This one furthest away from me is the back loop. This one closest to me, or towards the outside of the hat, is your front loop. So start out and just go up under that front loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Whoops, I dropped a stitch. Hold on. Let's try this again. Okay. Under the front loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Again, under the front loops only, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Under the front loops only, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. In the front loops only, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Do that 1 round all the way around, and I'll meet back with you at the end. Okay, once you get to the end of that row where you've done 1 single crochet all the way around in the front loop only, we're then going to do another increase row, and this increase row will be under both loops, so it's just going to be a regular single crochet. So insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through 2. Now I'm going to put my stitch marker in so I can keep track, and I'm going to do 4 single crochets total. Oops, dropped that one. Let's try that again. 1, 2, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm going to do an increase. So 2 single crochets in the next stitch. Then 4 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then an increase, 2 single crochets. And that's the pattern all the way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2 single crochets. 1, 2. Go ahead and finish the pattern all the way around, and I will see you back at the end. Okay, now that I'm at the end of that row, you can start seeing how the brim starts flaring out. Now we're just going to do as many single crochet rows as you would like to do in order to make your brim the length you'd like to make it. So having said that, I'm going to do probably 3 more rounds of just single crochet all the way around, and then stop and come back and see what it looks like. So I will see you back here in about 3 crochet rounds. Okay, when you come to the end of your rows, if you're satisfied with the size of the brim, just slip stitch into the next stitch, clip off your ends right there so that you have something that you can sew in to sew in your ends, and pull it all the way through and tighten. So then I can sew in my ends, and now you can kind of see my top hat. I have made a few of these, and I made a black one that I put some Dollar Tree Halloween decorations on, and you'll see a picture of that on this video. I'll be sure and put that on. I made a red and black one for a friend of mine. I'll show you that one. And this one is inspired by my sister-in-law, whom I love dearly. She is a wonderful young lady. She introduced me to steampunk. We went to a craft show a few years ago, and she made hats with steampunk stuff on it and sold them just like wildfire. And so I wanted to make one as a nod to her. So I think I'm going to call this pattern the Carmen, a Carmen top hat. And I'm going to embellish this one with some little gadgets that I picked up at the local craft store. And I'll put a picture of it on when I'm finished. If you can, please like and subscribe to this video so that you are notified. Oh, and hit the bell so you're notified of when new patterns come out, new videos come out. Also, if you will upload a picture of what you make to this site or to my Facebook Crochet by Night site, either one, I would sure love to see what you have done. I'd love to see the colors you choose and how you embellish your hats. Have a good evening, and I hope to see you again soon.